Okay, really quick, another business idea. Yep, fixing my wall. I'm in the process. It is, I think, February 23. Yep. Um, my idea is to have a phone with only um, the cellular network um, transceivers, only those sensors, no satellite sensors, no. I don't know if you can separate the cellular sensors with the mobile data sensors, but preferably none of those. No Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth. Um, no Google software, all some open source software or something. Probably in the body of a smartphone, just so that it doesn't attract attention, which is something I think the customers would want. Again, just like with the IFAC idea, I'm the customer. I'm the biggest customer. Um, so something that looks like a smartphone, something that has the display and touch technology of a smartphone. Nothing crazy fancy like some like 20, 2015 smartphone screen technology. 2018, something like that. It doesn't need to be any fancier than that. Screen rotates horizontal and vertical. Keyboard works the same, so texts and calls, and then little things like calendar, pictures, calculator, stuff like that. Um, and probably an app to see. Maybe it'll have a secondary directional antenna, an app to see what towers you're connected to. The directional antennas to tell you where those towers are connected to. It'll have you. Let's see. It will probably be parallel to the length of the phone. So I'm filming this on my phone right now. So it's like this, right? It is the long way of a phone is in the portrait position. So it'll be longer. Um, it, it'll be oriented the long way that way. There's got to be a better way to explain this. It's like this. I put it in the phone just like that. Directional antenna. So you hold it uh, parallel to the ground and spin around in a circle, just like radar, and then it shows you where the towers are. Just for funsies, just because that's something I think the customers would be aware of is we've got the bases covered in that the only sensors are the cellular tower sensors, and then figure out where they are, just for fun. A couple of other things like that. I think one of the most crucial things I want to maintain is being able to send pictures because that's awesome. Um, maybe yeah, so just a very basic phone with customers' privacy as the highest priority because that's what I would want as a consumer. Maybe I have another model that has a satellite transceiver built in for um, lost my train of thought for to have satellite phone capability. Maybe there's another one that has cellular and cellular transceiver and a satellite receiver only, um, and all open source, non Google, non anything, hardware and software. That's not really possible. Um, so hopefully that location data is not being stored and shared via the cellular network. Um, so maybe that one won't be possible, but at the very least to be able to do um, navigation using downloaded map data on that device would be awesome. So that's what I would do, um, and then make it like basically built into like a Pelican case, like super durable, maybe using Magpul's thermoplastic technology they use for their magazine. That would be super cool. Have the shell be made out of that and tempered glass screen. Super waterproof. With a dynamic rating, you can manipulate the buttons, the 3 buttons or however much it's going to be. And then maybe there'll be like a switch or something to lock the screen when you're using it underwater, right? So you could even, and then like a lanyard loop at the bottom. A good system, like a mounting system. Maybe not a proprietary mounting system. Maybe I could just take advantage of those that already exist for mounting cell phones to things. Or I could make it work with Garmin's proprietary mounting system. Probably there's a patent for that. Maybe I probably won't be able to. Yeah, things like that. A OPSEC compliant smartphone, as much as possible. Another device would be a smartphone that has maybe a detachable directional antenna, something like that. Maybe one that has a directional antenna only, and then a compass sensor, and then maybe a satellite sensor as well. No, I think only the compass sensor would be necessary. Yeah. And so then it is digital. No, it would have to have an omnidirectional antenna as well. But a directional antenna for sending texts. And then it's basically a ham radio smartphone. You point it, it's got when you send a text, it'll pop up a animation on the screen of a compass that goes in 3 dimensions. You download map data of your area. You could even have the camera on and have an augmented reality stuff, all with downloaded data, no infrastructure required whatsoever. That's really complicated. Augmented reality that has terrain recognition, artificial intelligence. Never mind, that's kind of bonkers insane. So not that, just downloaded map data, compass sensor, that's displayed on the device. So it shows you on the map which direction you're pointing. You know, hopefully, where the person is you're sending it to. It works with other identical devices. You point it at them, it sends a digital transmission burst of whatever text you sent, and or data or whatever, and then confirm, and then no, there would be no way of confirming. They would have to point their directional antenna back at you for you to know. And especially for using it in non-permissive environments, there would be just a safety feature built in where you have to press the button that says transmit. So, and at no other time does it transmit anything. So you've got your RF hygiene, RF discipline, something like that. All super cool ideas, all very expensive, not practical. My IFAC idea, that's something I can do. Cool. Yeah, like really cool, super cool. Oh, and again, the directional antenna can be like this. The omnidirectional antenna is like this from all directions. The directional antenna is like this. Maybe it pops out just a little bit, like a Garmin device. And so then When you're receiving, it's better horizontal. When you're transmitting, it's better like this, like when you're finding the cell towers, right, on the other device. So lots of options, all of which look pretty much like a cell phone. They're just very durable, like the Caterpillar smartphones, I'm assuming, and very waterproof. I think a lot of smartphones are already sufficiently waterproof, but I like the manual external switch to lock the screen when you're using it underwater, because of course water will touch all of the things on the screen, and mess you up. And even if you touch it, sometimes it doesn't work. So lock the screen underwater. I think a lot of smartphones are sufficiently waterproof, but once things crack, and things crack on modern smartphones pretty easily, then it's not waterproof anymore. Ask me how I know. The phone I'm holding, videoing this on, that's the case. So there's my other idea. Sweet. Hope I end up posting these. I'm glad I'm recording all these ideas now.